It began as a routine weekly training exercise for the Shannonside Sub Aqua Club in Banagher. But it ended with the discovery of what's been described as two of the most significant artefacts ever taken from the River Shannon. A Viking Age sword and a blade even older, discovered in two separate searches.
It was a night dive, and there was about 4 or 5 of us on a rope. We dropped down, went down river. About 20 minutes into the dive, I came across an item. I didn't know what it was.
Absolutely astonishing, because this part of the Shannon is not really recognised as anything like, finds or anything like that.
The club was formed in 1976 by a group of local lads here. We're active at the moment, 25 divers. We have a good number of snorkel trainees as well. And normally on a dive, when we go to the sea and all that, we probably have about 10 coming every week. But there is 25 active divers in the club.
The visit of the marauding Vikings here in the 8th and 9th century is well chronicled. But swords like these from that era are not.
The larger sword is a Viking type sword dating probably to the 10th century AD, so it's a little over 1,000 years old. What's really interesting is that the second sword, it is a much older type of sword. It's a pre-Viking sword.
The spot we have found it in is have to be secret at the moment because of the archaeological divers have to be check the site out themselves.
So it was just a chance in a million,
So postman by day and archaeological digger and finder by night.
Seemingly so, yes.
It's great to find two swords within a couple of weeks of each other was fantastic. You could be diving years and you might never find anything, but it was really, really good.
The fact that they were in the river has helped from the preservation point of view. With the Viking sword in particular, there are elements of the original grip. In other words, this is the handle of the sword, and the bindings that would have helped to help in terms of gripping the sword seem to have been preserved, even though they have been mineralized. In other words, they've been impregnated over the years with oxides from corroding iron. But in a funny sort of way, that has helped to preserve them. And one of the really interesting things, once the conservation treatment begins in earnest, will be to see what information this gives us as to how these grips were constructed, because that is information that we rarely get.
It makes things interesting now going out and diving. We're kind of looking for stuff now. Maybe hopefully again we'll come across something.
This search and rescue story with a difference is far from over. After Christmas, the National Museum says they'll be sending an archaeological team to carry out further underwater work here. And there may be a finder's reward for the Banagher Diving Club. Ciara Malooly, RTE News on the River Shannon.